Welcome back and thank you for staying with us on Daybreak. And it's time to open the phone line, of course, to hear from you. So today we'll be talking about the state policing, that the federal government has, which has passed about the second bill, in the National Assembly, and we're waiting to see how it unfolds. So yes, we'll be talking about it about your support for the state police. So 16 of Nigeria's 36 states have submitted their report on the proposed establishment of the state police. Now, this comes weeks after the federal and state governments on February 16, 2024, resolved to develop the modalities to create the state police to tackle the country's insecurity or security crisis. The nation has been under the waves of abductions, attacks by suspected bandits and other violent crimes, reviving calls for the establishment of a multi-level policing system, including the state police. The vice president's spokesperson had affirmed that the total number will be presented at the next NEC meeting, so you have to wait to see how that unfolds as well, even as the compilation is still going on. On February 20th, 2024, a bill proposing the creation of the state police successfully passed the second reading at the House of Representatives. So now it's looking that way. There's been a lot of experts calling out, giving their own experts' opinions, saying since one thing is for sure, that the security agencies don't have enough hands on deck also, so they need the help of the states also creating their own police, and this would definitely help curb that situation. That's according to experts and some security experts and also the government. But then yes, some government has been on board with it. Others are still waiting. The federal government is waiting on the other states to reaffirm their own commitment. So we'll have to wait and see how that happens. Right, Fatima, what is your take on the state police? Let's start in-house.
You want my voice to disappear again? I thought you were just going to do the analysis. It was actually fun watching you. Doing.
No, I want to
hear from you. It looks like you're going to be a senator or a reps one day, and you're just going to, just
do I want that kind of pressure, though, Fatima?
So don't you think you can give back to your society by becoming?
Of course I want. Okay. Yeah, perhaps people need some good guys. So yeah.
So yeah, I just we've always talked about the state policing, and that's why we're talking about the Mieti Allah, initiating that in Nasarawa initially, a couple of months ago, like I said. And the good thing is it's been on the news for people to know that, there is a consideration for state policing to be, implemented sooner or later. So it's good to see that 16 state governments or governors are actually on board. I want the remaining states to also jump on it, because for the safety of your citizens. So yeah, we have the first caller. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
And my name is Usman Mohammed, and I'm calling from Toro in Bauchi.
Okay, Usman from Bauchi.
My contribution concerning the issue of state police, I think if it will lead to peace within our society, it's a welcome development.
Usman, can you speak a bit louder? We just need to hear you.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that if the state police will give the common man peace in his presence, that is the stoppage, that to find an end to this banditry and kidnapping, I think it's a welcome development. But sincerely speaking, I'm beginning to have a feeling that is a kind of political.
You think the state policing is political?
Power against hello. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Usman. Okay. We seem to lost him. I mean, he made a point that I really wanted to hear. He said he thinks it is political. Yeah. So I wanted to hear why his thought is going towards that direction. Why do you think it's political? I hope he gets the colours back, of course.
Well, it is political because politicians are involved. Governors are politicians. Well, like I was saying... I
don't think that was what he really meant.
Well, I am giving it a minute.
Well, we have another
I don't know.
caller.
I think I'm just making you laugh today.
Indeed. Good morning. Good morning. Are you still with us?
Hello.
Yes. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Your name and location.
My name is Yakubu Musa calling you from Jos.
Okay. Thank you for joining us from Plateau State. Go ahead with your thoughts.
You see, the issue of this state police, I always think twice about it. Now, are we going to have two police commissioners? Or the governor of the state is the IG? Or we have double police station DPOs? So there will be conflict. There will be problem between the state and the federal police. And one fact is that when there is an issue between indigenous and non-indigenous, those state police, they will go behind the indigenous as their fellow brothers. They know Nigeria very well. And you that you are not an indigenous there, when something happens, you would like to rush to the federal police. Maybe you have somebody there. So this kind of things. And I believe the government will be using this police to victimize opposition, to win the election, to rig the election. When you are talking about this issue of terrorism, this and that, within a single state, there is somebody who has never been to a local government on the other side of the state. We look for him to go and work there. You don't know their cliffs. You don't know their villages. So my own thinking is that let's strengthen the federal police. Deploy more, look after their welfare, train them very well, give them more equipment, put eyes on them. It is their weakness that brings about all this.
But you know, the main problem, about the federal police, I don't know if you're still with us, the main problem is not just about, the armory that they don't have. There is also the strength, the numbers. And that was why there's been suggestion of state policing. So in all of this, you don't see any advantage? Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay.
You see, Nigeria, it's a nation with diverse tribes. Sentiment is there. Nepotism is there. Other problems are still there. Now, with the current situation, whether somebody from Calabar will transfer to Kano to go and work. Look, it's just like NYSC. You're familiar with the people from different sides of the country. Now, when I say police is being formed, you only transfer them within that state. You don't have experience to go and work in Calabar if you are in Bauchi. Even in Bauchi, maybe you are into a local government, you are never going to get out. And if they have transferred you there, you don't know anything there again. So our problem is the governor will be using the police or the state police to win the election, to victimize the opposition, and to arrest anybody they want.
So you think it's also
for Nigeria to live in peace, this kind of federal police is the best. Yes.
Okay, you made a valid point. Thank you so much for your contribution. Now, I would want to ask our director to just hold a bit on the pause. Let's analyze exactly, from the call what this last caller said. He pinpointed, the disadvantage of it, which we all agree there's always advantage and disadvantage of these situations like this, Fatima. Now, the main reason why experts have been pushing for state policing is for the fact that this would help, due to the numbers, of course, that we're having. Police have been pushing for more hands on deck because they're not enough. Due to the statistic, it says one police is supposed to protect about, a million person, which is not possible. So that's why it was been suggested. But then he came with another angle. One of the reasons why federal police it has been working is because police don't stay in a particular state for the long time. They tend to be exchanged. You move them from this place to the other, which is so that they don't get used to a new government or particular government, particular people, and of course that could breed a bit of breaking the law themselves because of that familiarity. So I know that reason. So his point that he's making is the fact that this is something that could now sway when the governors are the one creating these things. They tend to have power and it would definitely lead to maybe intimidation. It could lead to more corruption than what we intended, or what we are working towards avoiding, and also that could cause sabotage to the whole thing. So I get what he's saying, and that's something, of course, to put into consideration. At the end of the day, he said he's not okay with the state police, and they should just work on the federal more. Well, we'll have to wait and see. But then I just want to put it out there that he made a valid, point. Yes. All right. And now, of course, we can get more phone calls. Do not forget, call the number on your screen, and also send WhatsApp messages. All right. Hello? We'll have another caller. Good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. Your name and location. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. We are here with you. Your name and location,
please. My name is Matthew. I'm calling from Edo State.
Okay, Matthew from Edo. Thank you for joining us. What's your take on the state policing?
Yeah, I think it's the best way to go.
Okay.
For me, it is the best way to go. Because there are many advantages. I think the advantages overwhelm the disadvantages people are pointing at.
Matthew, are you with us?
If we go into this very project, with time, we overcome it. The ones that we cannot do it, we throw them out. People are talking about whether there's going to be two IGs. There's nothing like two IGs. You integrate infuse them together, so to speak, in a way that, like in US, the FBI is the overall. When there are major issues, the FBI comes in, the state police withdraws. And then the FBI, because of their capability and their weight, they are allowed to take over that case. They will tell the man that is there, please excuse us, this is FBI, they take over. So that is what I think should happen in this case. We should not look at governors coming to use it to arrest the people's wife and the rest of them. Those are just reasons that are infinitesimal to the benefit of it. We should always be positive in our thinking. I don't know why anything that is concerning Nigeria, people will begin to say they will use it for what are the benefits?
Indeed.
We should think of the benefit. Because
of course, we are thinking of the benefit, Matthew, but that doesn't mean we would also dismiss the thoughts of other people. The people also have valid points. It's just for us to weigh the pros and the cons, right? Are you with us? Please turn down the volume of your TV set so that we can talk to you from over your phone, because there was a delay. But then, Matthew, yes, thank you, of course, for your thoughts.
Okay, so
he made a point.
I think I can talk now.
Yeah. Of course, it's all about the modalities anyways, what he made mention. I think the previous caller, it's just asking questions that he said, okay, if you people are setting all of these things, give us answers to this.
Yeah, so what I believe, like this caller Matthew just spoke about what is happening in the US. You could see that they have the NYPDs, they have the FBIs. Everyone has a certain responsibility that is assigned to them. So when the state police is initiated, the vigilantes will take charge of certain activities that is meant for them to take charge.
Okay, I think we already have a caller. Our director didn't tell us why. Why would you do that? Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, it's good to have you. Your name and location, please.
Mr. Ojon Brown, calling from Cross River State.
It's good to have you from Cross River. Tell us your take on this topic.
For this issue of state police, I think it's something that is appreciated and should be supported. The only challenge, or what I'm trying to look at, is the operational condition. It should not be left loose to the state alone. They should be supervised by the federal police. And down to the states here, it should not be left to the politicians. As I'm talking to you, this issue of community or state policing, whatever name they will attach it should be grassroots based. It should even be tied to even families' head or communities, clans. So every area will be policed. Like, for instance, in my area, I've not seen a policeman for the past 2 years. The best police is my dog. For now, nobody comes to my area because of the kind of dogs I train there. And by this experience, if the community are allowed to be involved in this community or state police, up to the families, each family at least will have one policeman that will secure the entire area of his coverage. I think it will give us a lasting solution. Criminals around my place, like now, there's no policeman, whether federal or from the state headquarters, that knows the boundary of my farm and the inlet of other enemies from the Cameroon, because I'm close to the Cameroon border. So I think that idea of state policing should be encouraged and should, in short, if they can do it within any delay, I will be the happiest man. Because of this state policing, I even went and involved myself with vigilante up to Kaduna.
Okay, are you still with us? I think we lost him. He was
making a point.
Yes, indeed. I appreciate your call from Cross River.
And saying
they need, people need to feel the impact around them.
So, like I was saying, they should have their responsibilities signed. What the police should do is supposed to take charge, should take charge. What the vigilantes are supposed to do, they should. If there's need for them to have license for certain things, like the Southwest have formed Amotekun, and then their counterparts like the Southeast also have the Ebube Agu and what have you, and they're trying to ask to see if they can be given license to acquire guns like AK-47s and what, because there's going to be a kind of battle between the bandits, and they somehow need to be prepared and ready for that. So we have our first WhatsApp message. I support the creation of state police on one hand, and on the other hand, the federal government should improve the services and increase the staff strength of Nigerian police to the tune of millions.
I mean, that's the main point of the state police, increasing the strength.
Well, you've forgotten to add your name and location, but then
well, we got the picture.
So much. That's the new style, And so
thank you so much for that. That's
thank
really
you,
amazing.
Mr. No Name. But
it's all about the strength anyway. That's what this state policing is all about. And speaking of the synergy, something that we'll get to talk about that. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. It's good to have you. Your name and location.
Yeah, sorry, I called earlier, and as we were discussing, the network got bad, and I...
Oh, okay, yes, you did.
Yeah, it is Usman from Toro.
Okay, go ahead, Usman.
Yes. Yes. As I was saying, it may be good, it may be bad, the issue of state policing. And it has to do with the patriotism of the people that are going to head the various states, the states where the police will be initiated in. And at the same time, if it will lead to peace for the common man in the villages, then it's a welcome development. But then there are issues that has to do with funding and personal characteristics of the particular politicians that are involved. Because various states are facing various problems. For example, there is the issue of insecurity, that is, indigenous settler phenomena. There are issues of politics, fighting against political opponents. There are issues that are surrounded within corruption and things like that. So that in itself is a threat. I have fears that it may even lead to another round of insecurity within the various states.
How so?
But we hope it is all goodwill that they are demanding for this state police. But actually, if it is truly a patriotic need, then I think there is a need for that. But we just have to have that fear in mind that it can lead to anything and it can be changed for other purposes with the nature of our country and the nature of politicians that we have. That is just my contribution concerning that. But left to me, I think if it will lead to peace, then fine. Because we need peace now in this country. We need a stable country.
Indeed.
Free from banditry, kidnapping, and all these sort of insecurity issues. Yeah, thank you.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Usman, for your take on that situation. I mean, he pointed out the pros and the cons, saying, okay, we do need it now, but then, of course, there is that fear, and the fear it's okay to be there. It's
and I would like to say thank you to Sabio Idris Kofi for the first message that we took from WhatsApp. He finally sent us his name. So yeah, thank you. And he's actually sending that from Katsina State. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sabio,
for that. Yes, so Sumaya, you can see that a lot of people are actually calling, and because of the topic and what we are talking about, and for the safety of the citizens and the country at large, it is always going to be this back and forth and argument about whether they should or they should not. But then I strongly encourage and support state policies to be initiated in states, because for the safety of the community, people, the citizens of those states, because people are actually tired and scared every day. People now
are angry. They want to
people are angry themselves. And people are actually willing to even come out and be part of the vigilantes if the need be. So, they know that they are willing to sacrifice their lives because anything,
protect their people. Yes, typical example of what happened in Niger State. One of the people was narrating that he was in another village when he heard that his village was being attacked. And the first thought is, my families are there. So he took his bike going back to the situation. So imagine if he was part of the state police. You know that these are my communities, these are my people. I need to protect them. And to put it out there, Nigeria is not the first to implement the state police. Just like Fatima said, the United States, the UK all have it. There's something you hear, state police. And there is always synergy between them. And when other people, when it's happening, the previous caller made mention that, of course, the FBI might come if the case is a high-profile case, or if it's something that is high, like maybe terrorism and all that.
Exactly. If it is, suicidal, suicide. Sorry, there are certain people that are actually taking charge of this.
Yes, they'll come and take over. So there is always synergy. Everybody would be given their level of
responsibility. Everyone knows what they are supposed to do.
Yes,
and they can actually have their own office to report to. They don't have to have 2 DPOs or 2 IG. No,
no, I don't think
we don't need that, because the vigilantes are a group on their own, like the Amotekun, like the Ebube, like I said. So once they are created, everyone has a name that you can address them as, like the Amotekun and the rest. But they are not going to be the police, because it's not the same with what the police are doing. Yes. Uniform is not the same, everything.
I think there will be, though.
Good morning, fabulous ladies. Oh, wow. Thank you so much in the house. For me, creating state police is not the best way forward. Okay. The way forward is to recruit more men into the police force and deploy them to their respective local governments. Some governors may use state police against their opponents, etc. We need more men in the force, as simple as ABC. Okay, this is coming from Peters and from Sokoto, by the way. Yeah, so thank you, Katsina Sokoto.
Peters, appreciate you. Yes, these are states that have been suffering,
close to each other.
Yes, they've been suffering insecurity back to back. So, of course,
you see, like I rightly said, there are people that will agree for state policing to be initiated, and some will not agree.
And the fear is just for the police not to lose its autonomy, its grip, where governors or political people would definitely use it.
And the reason for the vigilantes is because they know the perpetrators. Oh, okay, so we have a call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Your name and location.
My name is Mr. Yakubu, calling from Bombay.
Okay, Mr. Yakubu. Thank you so much for joining. Go ahead.
Thank you. About the topic that is going on now. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
About the state policing. In fact, if Nigeria need more police, they need to recruit more. because what is happening in this country, you cannot start example from US to Nigeria. A lot of policies that are working in US cannot work in this country.
Mm-hmm.
The state policing, the state police who buy them vehicle, who pay them salary is all from federal government allocation. So why not ask the federal government, encourage federal government to recruit more of these boys? Because the way you are seeing the situation of this country, there are so many things that are workable in other places that does not work here.
Why wouldn't it work here, though? Why do you think it wouldn't
work?
Yeah,
it's because of our nature. It's because of our nature. Well, it's because of our nature. Take example, some states, we are talking of our medical in the east there. Now they are working, right? There's other places who have that for the state kidnapping every day and night. Yes, we know that those guys that are kidnapping, they are Nigerian, they live in local government, in community with us. But nobody wants to point out this is my child and this is their attitude. So that is what is happening in this country. So there's no truth. So the government, state government cannot buy a vehicle, pay salary for the state police, and when he want to recontest election, and he say those guys are not working for him, then he refuse to pay them salary. So you have to know very well, you have to teach very well before we embark on that. It's a very big journey.
Indeed.
Yes, that is my taking.
Thank you so much on sharing your thoughts with us. We appreciate you from Gombe. I mean, he made mention of the points. It shares also some of the concerns of Nigerians, which is, you know, someone else overtaking the operations. But yes, we have not heard the details of it yet. We don't know the modalities, but definitely we're sure that the Senate are considering all of these concerns, you know, before accepting and pushing for this bill reading. But then one thing is for sure, when someone says it wouldn't work here because of our thoughts, and I get where it's all coming from, but guess what? We're all humans, and Rome wasn't built in one day. When we say we have to reorient ourselves on situations like this,
we have to have a good mindset.
It all boils down to holding people accountable. When people are held accountable, Fatima, when they say, okay, this is what is going to happen. If you try to sabotage this, even if you're a governor, there should be some, you know, things that there should be a public complaint. And we know we do have public complaint. So there should be a means for these people to have a complaint of what is happening. And I think still there will be a synergy when it comes to paying of this state police with the federal government and the state government. It would be among the budget that the state government
I have
is going
just
to
this
submit.
feeling that the state police is going to help out, you know, to, you know, fish out the it's going to be more positive than negative, because these vigilantes that are going to be assigned or they are going to be created as the state police know the access of their community and their state, and I'm sure they will be able to, you know, tackle this bandits, the kidnappings happening in their states, because some of them actually know who these people are.
Indeed.
You know, so that's the positive side, to the whole
they
state
do
police.
Have intel
yes,
already.
Because when they know that the people in the communities are the ones that are assigned or they are recruited as vigilantes, they will know that, okay, yes, I know this person, or I know someone that is this way, and when they are assigned or they are in part of this, is going to be war for us. So, you know, they would be scared, I feel. So I just have this, you know, good mindset that whatever the governors and the presidents are trying to do is for the safety of the Nigerian citizens.
Indeed.
It's not just one person. We've lost loved ones, we've lost children, we've lost old ones, you know, just innocent souls that have been kidnapped and killed. You know, they've had their own share of the trauma that they had to go through. And we just want a solution. And if the solution is the state policing, then yes, even though like I said, there's going to be an argument there. There are people that will go for and there are people that will go against. You know, it's always like that. But then let's have a positive mind and see what happens, you know, and believe that it's going to work.
Yeah, and even with the positive, you know, even with what other people have pointed out, I'm sure, you know, the people in charge of all of this will take it
and
into
we are having messages coming in.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Sumaya and Fatima.
Good morning.
Muhammad Modibo, good morning.
It's good to have you.
Yes, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you very much for having me on the program this morning of today.
Thank you.
It's good to hear from you.
Yeah, we're talking about creation of state police. As to me, in my own humble opinion, the creation of state police is long overdue. It is a contemporaneous reality that is in line with what is being operational globally. The centralized policing system we are operating in this country is not longer yielding the needed positive result for us, and it is not what is in line with what is being operational globally. We cannot continue to do one thing and expect different results. We are operating a centralized policing system that is not addressing the issue of insecurity in our country. The state, what calls for the creation of state police is because of the precarious nature of our security situation. How the issue of insecurity is being degenerated, how these marauders, good-for-nothing, blood-testing monsters that are wreaking havoc on our people, killing innocent people day in, day out in those crisis-ridden areas. And believe you me sincerely, when we allow the creation of state police, this thing is going to address the issue of insecurity in those crisis-ridden areas, because those people that are killing our people in the most brutal manner are people that are living in those areas. They are not people that are coming from other areas to come and kill those people. So these people knows the terrain, knows the gene of those criminals. They can easily identify them and deal with them decisively. What is even stopping them now is because they are not being allowed to carry sophisticated weapons. But these marauders are always coming with sophisticated weapons that are not even allowed to be used conventionally on.
Mama Modibo, are you still with us? I think we lost him, but then, you know, in the time you're here, you of course made your own point.
That's what I was actually going through. Now, my opinion on creation of state police is considering the fact that we tribalize everything in this country. We regionalize everything. I would rather say it's not yet time for us to have it, which is the state police. We are not ripe until we reach until we reach such a time when all Nigerians will think as Nigerians and also think as one people. We must not be ready to put the country's interest first. I mean, our interest should be national interest for now. My view is no, we don't need state police. Also, in recent times, religion has crept into play and further dividing us as a people. Based on these factors, I will say we are not ready to have state police. The solution to the security challenges the country is facing remains the federal police structure. We should continue with the present police system until we are mature enough to have state police, as it is the case in countries like the United States of America. Now, that message
Did he leave a name?
Yes, that message is coming from Rabiu Abdu Kanjiba Kanjiba from Katsina State. Yeah, we have lots of messages
Rabiu, oh my
that
God,
I would have loved for us to take.
I just need to, no, please, let's hold. I just need to dissect what he said. He made mention of, I was waiting for him to give a vivid reason why we don't you need it at this point, but tribe is not an issue at this point because it is based on state. And it's definitely going to be based on your local government. I think that's how it should work. If it's based on state, I don't think our tribes and regions should affect state policing at all.
You know what?
And if we're going to wait for us to remove that mentality, it's not going anywhere. I don't see it going anywhere.
You know what I think? I think what they are thinking about is the fact that, when these vigilantes are going to be recruited, they are going to be different tribes.
Can you stop calling them vigilantes? They're going to be state police.
Okay, state police. Well, they are not yet state police. They are yet to be recruited, but they are going to be state police as vigilantes of. Yeah, so. Yes.
All right, we have more messages.
So I just feel the tribal issue is because they feel, okay, there are going to be different tribes in that group, so some people may favor their own tribes.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's the point that they're trying to make. So good morning, thank you. State police is good, but the bad aspect of it is that politicians will sabotage it right from the time of recruitment. The right people with capacity will not be recruited. Politicians will share the slots to their families, friends, and political associates. This is coming from Amegwa Esau from Nasarawa State. Now, Samaya, that's your cousin.
Thank you so much, Amegwa. But
so I pronounced it well.
Yeah, you did.
I thought I murdered the name. It's your cousin, but
at the end of the day, what you made mention of, hopefully, it wouldn't get to that point. I mean, this is something. This is a serious matter. And even family and friends, if they are offered based on nepotism, they are offered that position, I'm sure if they know they will not be capable of doing it, they're going to shy away because the insecurity in the country is eating us deep and we need serious-minded people. So when you know that you're going to be at the forefront of a war, a battle, of saving your own country, if you know that you're not capable, you wouldn't take the job. So I don't think I have any fear of, people going, getting opportunities from family and friends. This is not something about money. This is all about patriotism. How much do you want to eradicate insecurity in the country? But I understand your fears, of course. It's something that, a lot of people also have same fears of people taking over. But we are hopeful. The governors at this point already know what is going on in each state and the back and forth, the back-to-back of attacks in states, local governments, villages. It's really affecting everybody at this point. So we hope, it doesn't get sabotaged. But of course, we have more messages to get through.
Good morning, ladies. Creation of state police is not bad idea, but who is to pay? So I will advise the federal government to recruit more manpower. Thanks, Richard Nkoyuk from Cross River State. How did you know how to pronounce Nkoyuk?
Nkoyuk. I'm a Nigerian. I try, even though it might not come out.
So you think I don't try? I'm not a Nigerian because you actually threw me.
You're from Nigeria, halfway, partly. But then yes, let's make it clear on this state policing. That people keep complaining about. I mean, what exactly did he say? I want to just get back quickly on exactly what Richard said from Cross River, because I was about to make a point based on what he wrote, and I lost a bit of exactly what he said. Richard made mention of the fact that who is going to pay them, the federal government should do it. The main reason, exactly, I got it already. The main reason why the state police is being pushed, it's not because of, even though yes, we need more hands, but it's not really because the federal government cannot recruit people. The main thing is because we want people from that particular region to protect themselves, to be able to protect themselves. We want people from that region who are already passionate, who have felt the brunt of the insecurity happening in that region, to protect themselves. It's not like there are states that insecurity are not that, it's not that much, say typical, I'm just using an example, say let's pick Cross River, okay, example. I'm not saying if there is no insecurity happening there, but let's say Cross River now. You get people from Cross River to come to this place. They cannot really relate to what these people are going through. Say Niger State has been in the forefront, or Kaduna State. So these people cannot really relate, even if they are really patriotic and want to do their job. But then when you get people from Kaduna State, from local governments, example like the Chukun local government, the Kajuri local government that have been suffering back to back on insecurity, then these people can wholeheartedly, put in their best and protect their people. I think that is exactly why the state police has been created.
Okay, so we just have a message. He said, for me, state police is a welcome idea. You forgot to say your name.
You just went straight to the point and gave us a smile on the picture. So.
His picture, yeah, he did. We actually have tons of messages, Sumaya. I wish we could just, read through almost all of it. But, and it's interesting to see that we are actually getting lots of contributions this morning from our viewers, and it actually says a lot. And then our first message that came from Sabiu said, Trust TV, I am sincerely impressed by your efficiency. The first minute I posted my contribution with regards to state police, and it was broadcasted the next minute. Please keep it up. Now, I had to read that. Thank you so much, Sabiu, for saying that. To us, it's a word of encouragement. It means a lot.
Appreciate, yes. This segment is all about our
having
viewers.
a conversation.
Yes,
it's about you.
So
definitely we want to take your message if it comes through. Why not? Except we don't have time.
Indeed.
So let's take. I just read out that. So thank you. That's from Sabiu from Katsina. Yes. So thank you so much, Sabiu. Well, we have other messages. If we can just take few, but then it's time, I think, for us to wrap this segment.
Yes,
even though it's sad, it's always fun.
And it is always fun. And honestly, we there's so many messages that, oh my God, you went through all of this.
I actually was going through it literally, and I wish I could just take everything.
Indeed.
Right
we
now,
definitely
I just feel like
appreciate all of you. Oh my God, we can't read all. But then I saw, we have someone, Innocent Ogeme from Edo State, just stating the names there to say, we've seen your message, we appreciate you. We've seen Gani Olomi, we appreciate you. Another person, we have Yinka from Port Harcourt, also appreciate you.
We have J. Steve from Gombe.
Yeah,
Musa
from Gombe as well.
Messages, yes.
We appreciate you, honestly. And due to time, of course, we can go through all your messages. And for those that were able to read their messages, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for the calls. For people that tried reaching out, but they were not able to. But the fun part about this segment is that it happens every day from Monday through Saturdays. And if today you don't get opportunity, then tomorrow, of course, your message could be put out there, and also your phone calls would be received. But we appreciate the time and the contribution, and we hope that at the end of the day, the state policing favors us, because when we weigh the pros and cons, the pros outweighs the cons of it. Well, thank you so much for calling in. But yes, do not go anywhere. Of course, the show continues. Let's talk about another aspect of the economy that we need to also learn from and also push to get the pros and cons as well. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.